Hey, how's it going, everybody? Gabriel here. So this is the Speaking of Harmony podcast, and this is episode 8. And whoo, boy, this is gonna be a tough one for me to play, but I'm gonna try my best. You're gonna hear a lot of noises on this chair. I switched this chair because I got this stupid gaming chair a few months ago, and it's been destroying my shoulder. And trying to record and play on this thing. I was like, well, what am I doing? So I'm gonna try this new chair. If you listen to some noises, it's just the chair moving. Besides that, thank you so much for the feedback, and the messages keep rolling, man. You know, the messages keep rolling. The feedback has been amazing. I'm so glad that I'm doing this thing and just exchanging ideas with you guys. Keep them coming. I'm glad to answer all those, and I'm getting a lot of ideas on stuff to talk about, you know, such as the thing I'm going to talk today. Before we go into that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, activate the little bell thing. If you want to get in touch, this is all my social media stuff. Leave comments and other stuff, and on Instagram and all that. Another thing that I'm always plugging is being wonderful with the support of you guys. Sign the mailing list. Subscribe to my mailing list. The video description here, down over here, you're gonna see the link. Subscribe to the mailing list so you get all this stuff that I'm just giving all this stuff for people on the list, and you keep up with what I'm doing. And there's a bunch of great stuff coming up really soon. The subject of today, man, it's gonna be a tough one for me to play because I picked this super hard tune to talk about that. But basically, we have been talking all this time about voice leading, right? Hashtag voice leading, and there's always an attempt to voice leading, to move the voice in such a way that they're moving opposite sides, but we kind of avoid some parallel movement. Although playing this, jazzy harmonies and all that, there is no avoid that. But it doesn't really mean that you can't play parallel stuff as well. So today I'm actually going to talk about parallel harmony, right? Actually playing things, playing everything parallel and just moving the voices at once, right? On the same very direction. It's very effective as well. Have been really sort of campaigning for voice leading. I always will, because you can voice lead inside this sort of parallel harmony as well. But I'm gonna give you guys an example of something that you can do with parallel harmony, which is amazing. And I'm gonna pick this example. But basically, you can use as just a color, right? On this particular example, it's just a chord color that's being just moved parallelly, to achieve this nice movement, and this color just kind of sticks around but just move up and down, right? And also in sequence, because it's on this particular tune is being sequenced really well, right? So the tune I'm talking about, and show this. So this movement I did, this is from a tune called See the World, right, by the great Pat Metheny, right? This is out of the Secret Story album. If you guys haven't checked this out, it's unbelievable, just like life-defining album for me. Orchestral, beautiful. But this tune, man, is considered like one of the hardest tunes ever to solo on, because it's just there's just so many chords, once, and second, they move too fast, right? And third, they're just they have these sequences where it's really hard to keep up, right? When you solo over this stuff, you're always trying to catch up. So it's an insane tune to solo on and play. And I love it. I love a good challenge. And I have been sort of messing with this tune. Last year I did a little video on Instagram or something like that, trying to play over those. And it's a really nice exercise, right? But I'm gonna show you a little bit of the tune, just how this whole harmonic parallel harmony works over here on this particular case, right? The tune has this, and also it moves in fifth. The melody is double in fifth, right? I'm gonna be messing up the melody a lot, right? So what happened? I'm gonna be moving my cursor a lot here because I'm trying some crazy, recording live while having some audio files in the project. So I'm trying to play along with these things I did. So bear with me, because I think it'll be worth it. I'm gonna be like, getting the mouse work over here. So this is how the tune is, right? The movement is, right? So right out of the bat, man, Metheny just give us this out of this world awesome progression. So he does D minor, F minor, A minor, and then E minor, right? It all has its, 9, 11, all these beautiful colors, right? So I'm just trying to kind of reduce them a little bit. And the piano is easy to do, So we have, right? And the actual intro, the melody intro is this, right? So he creates this melody just using the movement of the chords, right? 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 And then here's a sequence. Right? He arrives with this B flat minor through parallel motion again. G minor, A minor, and then B flat minor, right? And then here's the sequence. He goes B flat minor, F minor, and then there's a sequence. A flat minor, B flat minor, and then F sharp, C sharp. So this thing moves, see? Just a sequence, right? There's 2 minor chords, and then down whole step, and then down whole step, right? But he arrives there through parallel motion as well. G, A, and then B flat, and does a sequence, right? So he's right, and he breaks the sequence by more minor chords. And then sus chords. So A minor, E minor, B sus, right? To kind of wrap up that section, right? And then here you go again with the mouse, right? Bear with me for a second. I'm gonna be pushing these things forwards. Then here's the second part. It's another sequence, right? G minor, C minor, F minor, B flat minor, right? And then O minor, see? A minor, E minor, B minor, F sharp minor. See, it's all minor 11th chord. It's just so beautiful, man. Right? And then setting up the ending, A sus, but then he does a chromatic thing. B flat sus, A sus, right? So that's kind of the scope of the tune, right? I'm gonna be playing the song for you guys over here. See if I can do that here. The chords, so you can check out. So what I did was I actually programmed a play along, right, for me to practice on. So I love this tune, so I just went and spent a lot of time a few months ago working on this thing, and I'm gonna use it today. So the whole technical challenge here is to actually put some audio inside this thing while I'm recording the video, and be able to play. So let's see if that's going to happen. I tried different ways, so if you guys are watching this have a better solution than this, please let me know in the comments how I can make this better, because it's just, I tried everything, and this supposedly work for me to actually record that, listen to the audio, and then giving you guys that same audio like in a great quality. So you'll be watching this right now, hopefully in a great quality. So bear with me for a second while I get this correct, right? And then let me I think I need one more touch over here before I go along. Bear with me, guys. This is gonna be a special one. Now it's gonna be worth it, because I have to put different versions of the file inside this thing while I'm recording. So that's kind of insane. Bear with me. Okay, I think I got another one. Okay. I guess I can't do that. Interesting. All right. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to do it the way I can. Let me see if I can copy something while I'm recording. This is insane, man. It's such a technical ordeal for me. Oh, okay. I got it done. Okay, I'm gonna play the sequence for you guys. So you tell me what is sounding like. Now with the backtrack that I made, right? So you can have an idea on how these chords happen. And on top of that, not only these chords are super hard, they just move in a interesting. There's a lot of syncopations in the rhythm and stuff. It's hard, man. It's a nightmare to solo on. I'm gonna give it an attempt today, so bear with me on that. Okay, I think we're ready to try the chords. Let's see if this is going to work. We should be hearing a click, like 2 bars, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we start, right? Okay, here we go. That's insane, right? That's insane. That's just such a cool song. It's one of my favorite Metheny songs like ever, and it's a nightmare to play. And man, let alone solo on the stuff, it's just insane. I'm amazed how he does it. Like so many, like 300 concerts on the Secret Story to playing this stuff. It's just out of this world. I'm gonna play these chords again, so you take a look again at them, and then we try to solo on and see what happens, right? But I'm gonna be playing only the chords again, so you can catch all these changes, and always all minor 11 chords. I'm like changing the shapes a little bit for the guitar, but the piano is pretty much parallel motion, right? So let's see if I can play that. It's like 3 chords or something. All these chords. Let's see. We hear the counting, and then we're going. 1, 2, 3. Well, what can I say? It speaks for itself. Just straight up beautiful, masterful, whatever else adjectives you can give it to this masterpiece. So man, how do you approach this? How do you even approach this when you solo? I mean, it's just insane amount of thinking and processing you have to do in real time. But one thing I would say is that you have to shed like super hard on the song, like spend hours and hours and hours if you want to even have a chance to solo on this stuff, because it just flies in all these weird and beautiful movements and chromatic, and the rhythm is changing a little bit, where the chords fall into. So you have to spend time with it. One thing I did that I'm going to show you was trying to play this a little slower, of course, right? So it's just about getting used to the changes and how the changes move and memorizing the changes. Because when you improvise, you know all the changes, you feel them and you go to them. You have to be comfortable with these changes because it's just so hard, man. You have to know where they're going and figuring out the spots where, this is a sequence, so I can play that and I can sequence that phrase here and sequence that here, and this is, I can play more tonal, I can play, I can play this mode, I can do all that stuff, right? We are entering, more of the improvisation territory over here on this one, because I thought it was going to be pretty cool, since it's just harmony, but harmony is everything, right? So we're going to be talking about melody, improvisation, all that, right? So here's an attempt, right, to play slow. Like I have a version of the play along like slow, a little bit slower, so you can see the chords moving such a slower pace compared to this one. And I'm going to try to start phrasing a little bit to catch those moments, right? So if you guys a glimpse on what is my practice routine on this tone, for instance, works. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. So hard, man, so hard. That's what I try to do, just slow things a bit so I can get just like survive, basically survival mode into these changes and try to start making sense. Of course, I made a lot of mistakes and just kind of play some whatever. A few things over there interesting, so I try to like record myself and listen back and see, okay, this was cool, this sucked, this was okay. And then try to navigate through these little, pathways, basically, and start making sense of all this stuff. And then, we do that enough, right? And then you get to the point where you try the big cats, the big guys game, which is to play real tempo. So I'm gonna try to do that here one time, see if I can. I can survive, right? No joke, guys. It's so hard, but it's such a great exercise, man. Like mentally and technically, and flow, and and telling story. It's just a great exercise playing this tune. So here we go. Man, woo, this is so hard. It's just such a hard tune, but it's just so beautiful, so beautifully crafted and planned. Just Metheny, just like unbelievable, man. If you haven't listened to the song, please do check out See the World. It's on the Secret Story album, and I'm gonna also link up the video for that, so you can check out probably some performance he did. Like there's a bunch of them on YouTube. There's one of him playing, and I think Dave Letterman, with Branford Marsalis on the horn section and stuff like that. I'm also gonna link up the Pat Metheny Songbook, so you can grab a copy if you haven't already had one. So you can grab a copy and check out the tunes and the chords and everything else, because it's just a great exercise, man. So this tune for me is like the standard for pushing yourself to the limit, where you have to work towards your knowledge, basically, of the fretboard of the instrument, knowledge, and thinking fast on how chord changes work, and negotiating the changes with whatever you play, and trying to make sense of all this at the same time. It's just such a great challenge, for all of us, So let me know what you think of this. Let me know if you already practiced over this song, and leave the comments. And it's a hard exercise, but if you have another tune that you think it's one that you use for practicing that is really hard and challenging, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what you think. And one more time, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Activate the little bell thing. My social media stuff is over here again, and don't forget to sign up for the mailing list. It's very important, so we can stay connected even more closely, so I can send stuff all the time. And this is gonna be all for now. I'm gonna go back to practice these changes because it's so awesome and so interesting. But this is an example of parallel harmony, man. This is like the holy grail of parallel harmony, and just beautifully constructed. So I see you guys in the next one, huh? See you guys.